Hi, my name is Robert Chelle with Chelle Law, and my law firm assists physicians with employment contract issues. Today I'm going to talk about what is the average salary for a physician in fellowship. So on a basic level, after a physician graduates from medical school, they go into an internship and then into a residency program in their specialty. And then some specialties require extra training. And that's what's called a fellowship. So most fellowships last somewhere between 1 to 3 years. And then after that, they can then move on and, have an employment relationship where they can practice in their specialty. So is there a huge difference between resident and fellowship salaries? The answer is no, there isn't. The average resident salary is around $63,000 a year. Now, obviously, that's the average. So there will be some lower than that and some higher. It's specialty dependent. I think the average, family medicine physician in training in the residency makes around $51,000, and then maybe some of the surgical specialties can be in the high 60s. But you kind of logically would think, all right, if I'm going to get through residency and move on to my fellowship, I'll definitely make more money. And the answer is not really. Sorry. The average fellowship salary is about the same as the average resident salary. Now, the fellowships, obviously, for most anyone who has to move into a fellowship, it's on the higher end of a specialty. So, if the range is between 50 to 70, they'll be higher, towards the 70 range. But there is not going to be a significant jump between the money you make as a resident and then the money you make as a fellow. One, word of advice for those maybe either just coming out of residency or coming out of fellowship: when you have a new job offer, after you are either done in your PGY3 or you're done in whatever your fellowship is, one thing you need to think about is most people in training are not flush with cash. And so, almost any employer is going to offer the physician either a signing bonus, relocation assistance, or both. But most of them will have language in the contract that states they will either reimburse the physician, once they start, or they will offer the signing bonus with their first, paycheck after they've begin providing care. That can be a burden on some physicians who just simply don't have, $10,000 to $15,000 to move. So, if a physician has a family and they're living in New York, they get a job in California, it could easily be $15,000, and sometimes them having to pay that out of pocket at the beginning can be a very big financial burden. So make certain to put language in your contract that states you will either, the employer will pay the moving expenses directly to the moving company prior to the move, or you will get that money prior to having to move so that you can just use that for the move, the moving expenses, or even using a portion of the signing bonus to do that. And then most contracts will have some kind of language that states if the physician leaves within the initial term, they'll have to pay back a prorated amount of those bonuses, which I think is fair. If they're going to outlay the cash up front, they certainly don't want a physician to just leave, and, after a few months and take all the bonuses with them. But so a fellow or a physician in fellowship around mid $60,000. It's tough when they, I think the average physician, I think it's like 47% of physicians have over $200,000 in student loan debt. And then if you think that they're working 70 to 80 hours a week, which some of them are, it works out to be like $15 an hour, which obviously is pretty tough to support a family on at that point. So anyway, hopefully that was helpful. If you have any questions, you can always call us at the phone number listed below in the description, or you can visit us through our website, chellelaw.com, CHELLE law.com. Again, my name is Robert Chelle, and appreciate you watching the video. Thanks.